All right, Darren. So Cowboys put up 50 points against the Titans, who only managed 18. So I guess this brings back the conversation against Des Hasler and whether his job as security, like, what's his pressure index at the moment?
Yeah, I think it would be on the warmer side, the pressure gauge for him. It's interesting. We've spoke about in the past Peyton and the Cowboys, and when they were down early, you were sitting there thinking, what kind of a loss might that look like for them? Then they put 44 points in a row on and blow them off the park. And yeah, I mean, there are losses, and then there are losses where you lose all competitiveness and you lose all system. Now that can happen to anyone. It happened to the Storm last week, but obviously the Gold Coast Titans aren't the Storm. And I think, Lee, from your point of view, I think coaches know when they're under pressure and when they're not, regardless of what's being said. How do you think Des is sitting in his chair at the moment? A little bit fidgety, or?
I think we've got more chance of seeing Elvis alive again than Des being sacked, because he costs clubs too much money. He's taken the last two clubs that sacked him to court. And I'm not sure the Titans can afford that, because they also haven't got the most squad depth. And they've also had issues at the Titans for years that half the team seemingly didn't want to defend as much as the others. That's a very diplomatic way of putting it. And I think when you look at rugby league players, in fact, footballers of any code, I think we all love to attack. Most of us love to attack. We love to have the ball in hand or at our feet if it's a kicking game. But the defensive side, you either have to defend and you think, oh no, I've got to defend now, or you relish defending. I think there's too many players at the Titans who don't relish defending, and it's a chore to them. And I think Des was brought in there to, forgive my bluntness with this term, toughen them up. And I think, quite frankly, there's some players who can't follow that doctrine. I have also heard rumours that some of the players in the previous season, so last season, expressed reservations about the new tough style that was brought in. So there's a little bit of, for want of a better term, a split in the squad. And half of them were, no, this is all a bit too intense. The other half were, no, this is exactly what we need. So I think there's big problems at the Titans. I tipped them for the wooden spoon at the start of the year, and I think they are heading that way very quickly.
It's interesting you talk about, Lee, a split in the playing group or a split of philosophy around if are things too tough or not too tough. We were only talking about this last year with Cameron Ciraldo and the Bulldogs. And look at where they are now. So when you buy into these kind of things, assuming that the systems are good, you reap the reward, but you have to go through the tough yards to get there. So I think you're right, Lee. I think you'll see a player clean out before you see a Des clean out. The other question is who are they going to get instead? It's not like there's a dearth of great talented coaches sitting there waiting to be picked up with heaps of NRL and premiership experience. So generally you want to hire better, not regress. So I don't know how much change they're going to see there. Flipping over, though, to the Cowboys, you're right, Darren. A few weeks ago, we were talking about the demise of Todd Payten. And now they're just going strength to strength. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about someone as a bolter for Origin. I think it was Braden Trindle. Tom Dearden has locked down that extra little spot if you're looking for an extra guy. And I like Tom Dearden. He's just a real heart, tough, just country kid, just a real heart player. Do anything you tell him to. And he's a real Queenslander, for want of a better term. So I think he's the guy who has really kind of steered the ship or said, follow me, boys. But those other guys like Jeremiah Nanai, who hadn't been seen for a little while, he's back too. I think there's a lot more to like about the Cowboys than just how poor the Titans were, although they do go a little hand in hand.
I guess just the final one, Phoenix and the Titans, I think they knew it was a tough road, so I think that'll mean that they'll hold the line a little bit. They didn't expect a quick fix. So, I think there's at least a degree of patience for the road ahead.
Yeah, so to answer my question, Des Hasler, he's fine. He's absolutely fine.
He'll probably get sacked on Tuesday.